find out in the second fight whether more fire or more fury could turn out to be better for one or the other. Max Kellerman, how could there possibly be a better setup for a rematch than a draw in fight number one?
You know, I thought Triple G shaded the fight. I thought he probably won by a little bit, but it was really close, and it was close because Canelo is a special fighter. Triple G had never been on this stage before. He looked nervous early. He looked like he'd never been there before. Canelo looked relaxed. And late in the fight, when Triple G seemed to come on and put those rounds in the bank and maybe start to really come on and maybe break down Canelo a bit, when Canelo was told he needed to step it up, he did like a true champion and fought himself back into the fight and ultimately got a draw. Adelaide Bird's scorecard, which was not a good one, notwithstanding.
Well, but
I got to say this, Jim. Triple G has always been a knockout artist who's destroyed everyone. In the fight before last, he had a very close call against Danny Jacobs, who was the second best middleweight in the world at the time. Here he fights one of the two best middleweights in the world in Canelo Alvarez and has a draw. Is this because at 35 he's starting to slow down? Or, as Roy pointed out, is this what happens when you actually get in there with the best guys in your division? When you're no longer the most avoided man in boxing, but now we see what you really have against the other best fighters in boxing.
It could be either, and most likely the draw is disappointing in some way to both sides, but at the end of the day, both fighters were in their way great tonight. In a rematch, will Triple G be a little bit less nervous and seemingly reserved than he was in the early rounds? Will Canelo Alvarez stand his ground a little more rather than moving so much as he did in the middle rounds and giving Triple G an opportunity to look dominant? Will Triple G's jab continue to land at such a high rate while he has difficulty marshaling his power shots? Will Canelo Alvarez produce a giant power counter shot that could knock Triple G down, which didn't happen in this fight? There are so many things that people expected to see that did not happen tonight that could happen in the second edition of this. All of the time that we spend between now and the rematch, we can focus on that tantalizing question. Will it be round 13 of fight number one, or will it be round one of an entirely different fight? The build-up was huge. The fight was inconclusive. The build-up begins again. Thanks very much for being with us on this edition of HBO's Pay-Per-View Boxing.